What's in the Bag, where we give the voice to the voiceless and we let you say whatever is on your mind. My name is Marvina and I am your host. Hey everybody, welcome. Oh my God, I feel so special this morning. I look up and I'm seeing
Yes.
people are coming in and blessing our souls. I am so grateful this morning. I needed that. I need
Yes.
this. I need this morning because I'm in a default with my coffee. I don't have no sugar. I don't have no sugar, y'all. I had to
She can
use
use a sugar substitute.
I had to use equal this morning, y'all. Now you know that's wrong. My coffee don't taste right. It got an aftertaste. I don't know how y'all do it. It's not good, y'all. But I'm blessed to have y'all the rest. That means you that coming aboard to see me and get involved in morning coffee with Marvina. Well, let me let you know what's in this thing anyway. I'm using this Vin. I'm just gonna show you. It's a donut shop blend coffee. It's pretty good if it has some sugar. But anyway, and I also decided this morning to use some hazelnut. And because I don't have any sugar, I threw some donut. I'm sorry, it's a delight coffee creamer in it and try to make it a little sweeter, but it still ain't got the taste of no sugar. I don't know how. I'm just being honest with you. God is good. I know it ain't. Some things are good for some and not for others. But I love my sugar, and if I could get an amen out there, I could get an amen. Good morning, Mama. Good morning. I'm asking all that is on your Facebook, YouTube, wherever you coming from. When you put in your whatever comments you have, please put your name behind it because for some reason Emux will not allow us to see who all of these beautiful people that's coming on. If you saying
That's
good
right.
morning, ladies, I would love to know who you are, who's saying good morning, so I can acknowledge you and let you know.
Yes.
And also, of course, I'm going to present to some and introduce to others my BFF, my co-host, Eva.
Good morning. Look. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This morning, in my cup, I found this new sweetener for diabetics, and it's called monk fruit. And a lot of keto people use it as well. It is so good. It tastes just like sugar.
Is it
So
good?
this is like my second cup of coffee that I've had this in, and I'm like, thank you, Lord, no aftertaste. So I'm right this morning. I have hazelnut coffee with hazelnut creamer and a sweetener that tastes like sugar. So I am just happy this morning with this.
You know what I'm doing right now? I'm hating.
I know.
I'm hating.
Oh
No,
my
ma'am.
goodness.
No, ma'am. I'm like missing my ingredients. But anyway, this morning we got a lot going on. We got a lot to talk
Yeah.
about. Today we're
Taking a
doing
turn for
current
to a
events.
very serious
Yes,
side of
seriously, we're
things.
doing some current events. We was looking to talk about the shootings from the things that was going on beforehand, but we had a shocker that came up on when was it the third Wednesday? Was it Wednesday?
Wednesday. Wednesday.
Wednesday, when that a young man at the age of 24, they said I think he was 24. He
24.
decided, well, I don't think it was a well, he did decide. He decided he wants to come here and go into one of our midtown facilities, hospitals, facilities, and he went in there and he did damage. He killed one and literally injured four more. I think they're still in intensive care. I think three of them are
Yeah,
in intensive care and one are not.
one was released this morning, so now it's
Okay.
two in
So
intensive care,
Sue
and
is
one
a
went home
wonderful,
today.
wonderful. And I even found out that didn't just shoot people, he stabbed some. He stabbed one of the women. And it was actually five women. And so we decided, me and Yvonne, we want to talk about this. We had a great discussion on
Oh
it
my goodness.
ourselves because, of course, we do see things the same, some things the same, which some stuff in my bag is similar to hers, but we did see differently in a lot of things also because the contents of our bags could all be the same, but we don't utilize them in the same way. We see differently. Well, I was concerned. My concerned about the whole situation, and I mean, this young man, he's 24 years old, and he went to an appointment. A lot of people don't know that while he was there, that was an appointment he went to. He didn't just
He didn't just walk in off the street.
he didn't walk off the street. He didn't randomly go to a hospital and start shooting. He had an appointment. And basically, he went to this appointment because he had a problem with, they said, the VA medical issues over there,
VA health system.
the health system. So he was very distraught. He was feeling some kind of way about it, and I guess he made disappointment. I don't get me the line because I'm making up my story as I go along because I really don't know one way or another.
Yeah.
This is just what's in my bag. Well, he went to this appointment and I guess, I don't know, was he diagnosed with the problem or whatever, but he wanted a drug called, what was it? Phenomone?
Ativan.
Ativan or whatever. Ativan. And they wouldn't give it to him.
The
And
VA wouldn't give it to him, nor
yeah,
would this medical facility give it to him.
they wouldn't give it to him. And what was told, the reason why was because it's an addictive drug. Now, I understand addictions and I understand drugs. I understand it because it's my story. I have that in my bag. But I was, me and for me to listen to what he asked for and to understand what addiction is, it kind of gave me it. I don't know. It was a red flag to me, but because he didn't go in and ask for any type of narcotic drug. He went in and asked for a drug that's supposed to help him with the symptoms that he was having. The symptoms was he was having anxiety. Good morning. And anxiety, and I don't know. I know what anxiety feels for me, but I don't understand what anxiety feels for him. So
Right.
while he's in there, he's asking for this medication, and they won't give it to him. The questions me and Yvonne was asking is, was this something that they were giving to him already? How did he know about
Right.
the drug? What was his means for understanding what type of drug he needed to get rid of his anxiety?
Yeah, because it's a process. It's a process to get Ativan because it's a Schedule 4 drug, and it's used to treat anxiety, depression, but it can also cause I don't want to say psychotic episodes, but it can also cause you to hallucinate. It can agitate you. For every good thing that a drug does, you best believe there are 10 or 15 things leading off of that problem. So a lot of times before those types of drugs are prescribed to someone, there is a clinical diagnosis that has to take place first. So we don't know if
No,
that
no,
took
yes,
place as of yet.
yes. But what the issue I was hearing was the side effects. Okay, so everything has a side effect. I mean, every drug they put out there, they always tell you you can either have a runny nose or runny butt. You pick your poison. Okay,
Right.
and a lot of them have side effects. But for him, he needed something. He was looking for some type of um, um, drug or something to help him with his problem. He had a
Yeah.
problem. He had an
Yeah.
anxiety problem. And I would read also his mom said that he has been dealing with some mental issues. So we know this
Since
mental.
going to the VA, some
Yes,
medicines that he received from the VA. So we don't know
yes.
what those medicines
We
are
don't even know what
either.
medicines they gave him. He said it was
Right.
symptoms off of what they gave him. Okay, so we still looking at why is he wanting this Ativan? He didn't go
Yeah.
in and ask for
Ativan.
Ativan. I
Ativan.
keep saying
Hmm.
wrong, but Ativan. He
Yeah.
didn't go in and ask for no narcotic drug. So, he wanted something to help him. And his sister even said, I read this also, that he was not the same when he excuse me,
When
when he got out
yeah.
of the military.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I found out that he was in the military.
A
So
vet. Yeah. Yeah.
there's the
So
question.
yeah.
So you
Yeah.
take a young man, and I'm not saying what he did was right. This is not about right or wrong for him shooting people because that's just totally wrong.
It's about the
That's
warning
not
signs
what
and the
I'm saying.
triggers.
I'm talking about the triggers that it takes you up to doing the things, the evil things or the mean things to people. You triggered. And the trigger came from these people not listening to him tell them that he needs this drug to get for his
Yeah.
anxiety.
Yeah.
So now, okay, now listen to this. They took this young man from high school and put him into the military. He's in the military now. They teach him how to shoot. They put all kinds of things into their minds. They really program them to understand war and things like that. To watching
Protective trained
protective
killers
training,
is what I
yes,
call
all of
them.
these things. So he had the military training to go in to shoot. So it's not to me. I don't feel like that is. I'm not surprised that he did, use guns or whatever the case may be. But the young man needed help, and they turned him away.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that we discussed last night, Marvin and I went back and forth about this, but as I thought more on it, because we do that. We'll get into these discussions, these debates, and then we'll think more on it. Two key things that she said. He was a vet, and he went to two different medical facilities seeking help. One of the first trigger points for me, and we all have people in the military that people like my husband, ex-military, Marvina's sister, ex-military, one of my sisters, ex-military, and we have seen over the years some of their trigger points and things of that nature. I feel that when someone has served our country, to protect and serve is what they are trained to do. Protect, serve, and kill if need be. So keep that in mind. When somebody comes to you and they say, I am a veteran and I need help, or I need this drug, when I thought more on it, I said she is right. They missed some things. What they should have been doing is saying, okay, Mr. Dion, I think that's his name, Dion.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Dion, we're
Patterson.
going to put you into the hospital for a day or two in order to evaluate you and get you the medications that you need to help you cope. That evidently that did not take place. That did not take place. So I wonder if when he went to the second place, he may have thought, okay, if I go to a third or fourth or fifth place, I'm going to get the same answer. So a sense of hopelessness may have started to settle in.
I mean, he had anxieties. He was having,
Yeah.
you took a young man and put him in a facility, I mean, the army, whatever he was at, the Marines, it
The
was the Marines,
Marines, Coast Guard, Coast
Coast
Guard.
Guard. And you teach him and program him to learn all of these things. And then you take him and bring him back to put him back into civilization with us. Sometimes the coping, that's why you find them becoming homeless. They don't understand. They become murderers. You got them even joining the police force. I've seen them join the police force and they abuse that. It's
Yeah.
like for them, they're programmed one way, and then you're putting them back in society with us, the people that practically don't care, mean, rude. We have issues in ourselves already. Now
Yeah.
you bringing them and putting them back into civilization.
Yeah.
What do you think if you don't give these people help?
Right.
They
People,
say
you
mental
know,
health is,
yeah,
is real. It starts right here. You teaching
exactly.
them things, and then when they come out and do these things, it's a
Yeah.
problem.
You brief them to bring them into the military. The briefing starts with, like Marvina said, the training. You have some that start out what in high school. What is it? ROTC.
Hmm.
And I found out, I didn't know this, but they even have ROTC in some of the middle schools. So you have where people are trained from early on to become the ultimate or the top soldier, the
Yeah,
best that they can be, because that's what America wants. We want the best of the best,
right.
the best, the most athleticism, the best. I can't say mental capacity, but the best logical thinkers. Like, and you're
I
programmed to
don't.
learn and think war all of the time,
Yeah.
24/7.
But I don't really think they don't really touch on their mental capacity, because what they do is a child's like an empty canvas.
Right. Not until something bad
And
happens.
yeah, yeah.
That's when
Well,
they
I'm
want to
just
look
saying,
at
once
it.
they get out of high school, because they look for people, they look for the children in high school, like you said, people that's home, the children that's homeless, and all those things. You got an empty canvas. Now let me start painting on this canvas
That's
the
right.
picture that I want want everyone to see, and hopefully they get the feeling or whatever that picture is. Then that's what that canvas is. That's all they know. That's what their mind is understanding what is put in it, in the army, in the navy, in wherever service they go and utilize. Once they got them this way, you see a lot of them coming out of there having mental issues, mental
Yeah.
health
Yeah.
issues.
You have to
Because
think about
and
the things
then
that
we
they see and do
yeah,
while serving and protecting.
you put them into a solitude, basically. Then you bring them out of the solitude, and all they know, because even people that went to prison, they probably understand this the most. You go to prison, you put them in solitude, then you bring them out, you teach them, you tell them, then they have to eat, they sleep, you give
Oh
them
wow,
everything
yeah.
that they need, everything that they need to survive. Even though if it's in the prison, they did something wrong to get this, but then by Army or Navy, and Air Force, Marines, whatever, they chose to be there, but you teach them to depend on the Army and depend on whatever solitude they're in. Then you take them
Well,
out,
yeah, whatever type of military branch. Yeah, you're
whatever,
right.
military, jail,
Yeah.
prison, even these insane societies, wherever you put them, homes, wherever they learn this. Then you take them out and you put them into society where they have to do all of this on their own. They got to learn to become grown-ups. They have to learn to
Yeah.
become citizens when they come out of prison. They got to learn if they're going into a mental society. They have to learn these things.
Yeah. And I think one of the hardest things is just watching people that I know on a personal level, watching them come out of the military and assimilate themselves back into society. Because we don't rise at 3 and 4 a.m. And that saying about we do more than what most people do by 5 a.m. is a very true statement for people that's in the military. But when you come back to normal civilian life, that is not the same. And then the respect that you feel that you got when you were in the military, because you think about it, you have to salute, you have to pay respect to your comrades and things of that nature. And a lot of times you don't get that same respect when you come home. I think that's one of the saddest things. And we talked about this before. These people, they come out of the military back into civilian life, but they don't receive the accolades and the awards and the treatment that they should receive. That's why you have home. Well, you have vets. Vets make up a good percentage of the homeless communities throughout the nation. Just think about that for a moment. The veterans make up the majority of the homeless. And I think that is one of the most atrocious things to me. I think if you served if you served us, you protected us, you put your life on the line for a minimum of 4 years, because you got to do a minimum. Once you sign up, you locked in for a minimum of 4, and then you have some that make it a career. I feel that if you do that full 4 years and you are honorably discharged, the most that our government can do is to say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Soldier, here is a home for you, free of charge. Now they may have to pay the taxes, okay, but free of charge. Now, start to get your life back in
And
order.
get
It's
some
low
help.
pay,
Get
yeah,
them
so
some
much,
help. Get them. It's not like this is just started. This is ongoing. They need
yeah,
help.
yeah,
They need help. And when you bring them out here, and you think that because they, guess, did their time and they can cope, I don't know. I don't know what we're thinking, but many times it always end on a bad note for people that go to into a
yeah,
lot of times. A
yeah.
lot of times it's the men, and I see more men out there than I see the women. And I'm not saying this is what I see. These are being affected. Okay, so my sister, she was in the army, and I seen she strive. I mean, she was in the
Yeah.
National Guards, and she's striving very well. But how do we know mentally what a
How
person
she's
is
doing,
really
yeah.
going through?
Yeah, my sister was in the military 24, 25 years. She recently retired. And I know on several occasions she did so many tours of duty, and my hat is off to her. And I know that there were times when she came home to the States and she isolated herself from her family and friends. And she said that she needed that time to get back to who, as close as she could to who she is outside of the army. She said because if we came and saw her, or she came and saw us when she first returned home, she said we would not be able to understand her, and it would probably drive a wedge or something between us. And I get that, and I get that, and I understand it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember when my kids were little, one of the biggest things that I had to say to my husband several times is that they're not in the military. They're kids. They are kids, and I think that mentality is hard because that's how you're trained. It's like your job. That's how you're trained to do. And I think that when people come home from the military, I think that there should be a you were briefed going in, so you had 2 to 4
Yeah.
years of training
Yeah.
going in. I think that they should spend the money, the resources, and do a one to
Yeah.
2 year program of debriefing.
Yeah.
Allow them to continue to be paid,
Yeah.
continue to be up under the ranks of that,
Yeah.
but debrief to go back into civilian society.
Yeah.
So
I like
it's a lot of things wrong with what happened.
and I get this, Carolyn Grayson, she said, but he had a gun, so they called it premeditated. I understand that he needed the medical attention, but he went in there with a weapon. You're right, and I'm not saying he was
Right.
right. I'm not saying
Yeah.
what he did. It probably is premeditated. Everything that he
Yeah.
did was premeditated. I'm just saying the help that we need, to function out here
Yeah.
after we leave out of. And let me say
Yeah.
this is another one. I was watching this on TikTok. A young lady went into the hospital, and I think I'm not. Don't quote me. She had some kind of if some kind of she needed medication. She needed her medication, and
I remember
she
that.
even taped it. The people did not. The hospital, first of all, didn't want to serve her. It ain't like she was being she was for doing anything wrong. She was waiting for them to give her medication. They literally called the police on her and escorted her out, and she was begging for her
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
what about yeah.
but she died that day.
She
She
died.
died.
She died.
She died that day.
And what about the other lady? Remember the other lady I was telling you about. Was it last week where she drove her car? They put her out of the hospital after she went in for treatment. They know she needed the medication and so on and so forth, but something about her insurance. They said she would have to go and get, and they put her out the hospital, tossed out like a bag of trash, and she snapped. She literally went and got in her vehicle and drove that vehicle into the
Right
hospital,
into the hospital.
facing all these charges and everything. And what she said? She said, if I sit in jail, they may give me the treatment that I need. And it's sad that it's coming to that. So, mommy, I understand what you're saying. What we're talking about, what our concern is, the trigger points, the warnings, the warning signs that are there. Because we talk a lot about gun violence and what is going to, this violence is taking place and what it's going to take in order to stop it. But what about the warning signs? We got to start paying attention to the warning signs. And here's another one. On the same day, well, let me give two things. So also last week, what happened that really just hurt my heart. The girls, it's the dancing dolls out of Athens. They are learning to dance, just being kids. And the dance teacher, there's an argument that ensues. The man gets angry. The dance teacher says she saw his arm come up, and she immediately started yelling to tell her students to get down. And there was some standing by the window, and he just opened fire. She ran and grabbed some. One girl was shot in the arm and had to have surgery. Another young lady, 5 years young, is undergoing surgery either today or tomorrow because now she has lost her eye. They tried to save her eye. 5 years old, cannot save her eye, all because this 38-year-old man acted a plumb fool. What were the trigger signs there? What were the warning signs there? And then
Because his
on the
daughter
same
didn't
day,
get his daughter
yeah,
didn't get the part that she, not that she wasn't in it, that her daughter didn't get the part that he
yeah,
wanted.
yeah. And then on the same day that this shooting happened in Atlanta with this veteran, in another part of Georgia, a suburb of Georgia, Moultrie, Georgia, a man goes into the McDonald's. He shoots and kills his mother, his grandmother, the manager on duty, and then turns the gun on himself and kills himself. These things don't just happen overnight. I guess that's what we're trying to
And
say.
then on
These things don't
April
have. There's got
29th,
to be warning signs along the way.
yeah, but and then April 29th, guy was out there shooting his gun. This is in Texas. This is in Texas. And saying he ain't been in here. This is Texas. He's shooting his gun outside. And the neighbor came out and asked them, can he stop shooting because the baby's sleeping? And he decided he goes in there and shoot up the house. He goes into their house and shoot and kill and shoot her. Even an 8-year-old child died. And here's a question, and we're gonna print this question out because she wants. I really want.
Yeah.
Let me take this banner down. If y'all want to call in, call in. Okay, so who is to blame for these people? Mostly young men. It's parents, the education, the doctors of the children. Some parents are begging for help and not receiving it. Educations are raping our children, and some are contacting parents about their children unusual behaviors, and some doctors are forbidden to give medication to patients like medical marijuana. Give me that marijuana. Agree,
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 and
agree.
agree.
You know something? Can I be honest with you? We can sit around and put the blame game on it all day long. It's nobody really we can actually blame.
Yeah.
But if you're a Christian, you say nothing but the devil. It's escalating because of the rules and the regulations that our hire archives or hire people like our mayors, governors, thinking that it's okay to give people guns, thinking that the law should be, rights of
Yeah.
it's a person right to carry guns or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever they reasons.
They don't even have to go through with
They
that
don't,
bill that was
they don't have
passed by
that.
Governor Kemp. They don't even
They're,
have to
they're
go
giving,
through.
they're
Yeah.
giving, they're giving, they're giving people permission to walk around and with guns and things. And I
And
mean, I'm
not even
not
having to
saying,
go through a lot of the checks that they were
and I,
going through
and,
before.
and I'm not saying that guns kill. People shoot guns, but you're giving the people the right to do these things by making it easier for them to get these guns. You got crooked police, you got crooked this, you got this and that. People gonna do what they want to do. We can't sit there and blame. Well, we got to figure out where is the mental health issue where these people are targeted or triggering to
Yeah.
do these type of things. What is the
'Cause-
science? We can't. I mean, we can go everywhere. We can go to the parents. Oh, you weren't a good parent. You can go to the school. The school they failed them. We can go to, but there's really no blame game. We
Yeah,
just
if someone is to blame, you have to say society in its whole, because it truly does take a village. And when you say society in its whole, if you were to go put in an application for a gun now, where is the mental or psyche valve that I think that you should have before getting a gun? That's one of the things, and they don't have that anymore. They don't even do some of the background checks that they used to do anymore. You can just go. You can just, like, walking in the store and buying a pair of shoes. You can just go in there and purchase a gun these days. Sad, sad. There has got to be
and
better
our
ways.
parents got to realize, even you got to keep the children. When you raising children, there should be a law about how many guns and stuff in the households, that and even the ones that can get their hands on it, because a lot of times they got babies that get their hands on guns
What?
in your household. Okay, and then the schools. I mean, of course they took prayer out. Of course they took the things out that really can nourish a lot of the children in school. But the thing is, we got to realize these things has to be talked about in the school.
Exactly.
Everything is a secret. We don't want to talk about it because we don't want people to feel the panic of it. But if we don't talk about it and put a voice to it, and we think that it's supposed to go away.
Yeah.
And the only time you start really hearing about it when somebody go out and shoot somebody and kill somebody. Let's find out
Exactly.
how we can educate this and do the right things with it. That's what what's in the bag is for. We're trying to
That's right.
educate and be aware of what's
Yeah.
going
You're
on.
aware.
Let's talk about
Watch. Yeah. Watch your children. About 5 years ago, a lot of people got upset with this African American lady, this black lady, a mom. She was at work one day, and one of her coworkers came and said, "Oh my goodness, aren't these your
it.
sons?" And they all posed up on Facebook and Instagram with AK-14s and drugs and money and all this other kind of stuff. And you know what she did? She called the police. Called the police, got off work, met the police at her house, and allowed them to come in and search and lock her children up. People were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that you did that. You destroying their lives." She said, "I'm saving their lives." She said, "I've had issues with them. I have went to the courts, just like what Miss Carolyn, what Mommy said about they go and ask for help, and a lot of times some of these low lying governments and stuff, I don't know what you do. Then you go to them for help to help your child, basically scare them straight, and they don't want to get involved. So she did the next best thing. The next best thing. And she said, "I would rather turn them in now than to be in a position to have to bury them." She said, "I should not have to bury my children, but the path that they're going down." And she said, "And I have to work. I can't sit home and babysit them." But that's what it comes down to. It kind of reminded me of a situation that we had with one of our godsons, where they were, instead of helping the mother, they tell her she got to come to school and sit in class with him every day. Come on, people. We have
And
to
then
do better.
these and
Somebody
these
come to you.
doctors and these doctors and
Oh my God.
you can't you go to school to learn these things, to look at signs and wonders, and that there's all issue with a person. You're gonna have to start reporting to help them.
Yes.
You're you're
Yes.
you're here for help. I mean, you got to help. You got to tell if a person's saying that they're having some type of issue with mental issues. I'm seeing things. I'm antsy. I'm this. I'm not. They need help. What you
They
there
need
for?
help.
What are you
Kids
there
come to
for?
school angry, ready to fight, fighting teachers,
There's something going
attacking
on.
teachers. Yeah, there's something there.
I mean,
And
there's
teachers,
signs. There's
yeah,
signs. This
teachers,
people just ain't just.
please,
Yeah, there's
yeah,
people ain't just getting up and just doing these things. That's bullying.
just to do them.
Someone,
Yeah,
this Facebook user. I wish you put your name. They said, and it's the truth. The school don't even want to talk about bullying. That definitely is not going to talk about
Exactly.
guns.
Exactly. Exactly. They don't.
You know,
Look at what
these
happened a few
kids,
years ago. They
you
tried
put,
to sweep it under the rug.
yeah, you put these kids, and that's what they do from the kindergarten. Some of them start at pre-K. Right, Rhonda. Then they go all the way to 12th grade. Most of their years is in high. I mean, is in school. From us
Exactly.
leaving home to go to school, you're doing 8 hours, however many hours, then you're coming home and then you're doing it over and over again. So most of your family and all you know is school.
Yeah.
Your
And I
teacher.
and I, and I get upset. Marvin and I had this conversation one day. I get so upset about this. Stop passing these kids along just because you don't want to deal with the problem. You became an educator for a reason. And when you educate, you got the good and the bad. There are going to be some kids that come across your way. And when you talk about making a difference, make a true difference.
Right.
Make a true difference. When the teacher comes to you and says, "Hey, I'm noticing something about your child," as a parent, don't get all defensive and talk, "Oh, not my child. Why are you talking about my child? You need to stop that and say,
Because
okay, Mr. and
sometimes
Mrs.
it's
Educator."
the parents' neglect of not paying attention. So they
Exactly,
don't know that
exactly.
there's something going, especially when the children
Yeah,
are in school all day long and you see them and you see a difference. It ain't hard. A
yeah.
child that comes in your class every day or a child that goes home every day. The people that goes into the military, that comes out of the military, you can see the difference. People that
You can
been
see,
home, you see
yes.
the difference. You understand that there's always signs.
Yeah. And,
God,
and even if you haven't been a part of the military or any of
or
those types of
whatever.
things,
I'm just saying
yeah, if you
signs. And
yeah, yeah.
yes,
If you notice that somebody has suddenly become withdrawn or overly agitated and angry, I put it like this, anything that's outside the norm of their character, have enough courage, sense of responsibility, love, care, and concern to say, "Hey, is everything okay?"
normally they're
And
gonna
sometimes
tell
all
you
people want
no.
to know is that somebody care.
Yeah. A lot of times they might say no because they probably can't identify it. But the thing is, you always. My mom said this to me. She said, I know my baby. I know my baby. I said, yeah, a mother always know their child. You're supposed to know your child. Teachers, that you get to know these people and you know their characters, and then you know some of their triggers, and just to know that someone cares. If you see them in the room all the time and you're not understanding why they're in the room, sometimes knock on the door, or whatever. I'm just saying this to the parents. Are you okay? Everything all right in there? You good? you know Anything, how you deal with your family, because
Yeah,
that's how I deal with mine. What's up, y'all?
yeah.
Y'all got everything all right up
And
in here?
you know why I'm laughing? Because Marvina can tell you, when it came to my children, my nieces and my nephews, as soon as they were getting out of school, I started making the rounds, making phone calls. "Hey, how was your day? Really? What did you learn today? What did you do today?" And I know a couple of times my nieces and nephews like, "Oh my God, here she come." But
Hmm.
yes, I want to know how your day went. To me, school and the military are two of the hardest things that you'll ever do in your life. They really are. School, you have 12 years, and sometimes people got 15, 16, 20 years of school. That's a lot. That's a lot. And then the military, like I said, you got a minimum of 4 of people being in your face, almost like Marvina said, almost being in jail. The only difference is that you serving and protecting your country, but you getting 3 hots in a cot. You know what I'm saying? The government is paying for you, and they're training you, and you got people telling you what to do all of the time, every
Yeah,
minute, every second of the day.
yeah.
And some of the things that's being put into your spirit, it says a lot.
And
It,
I
it, it
mean,
says it says a
and
lot.
I'm gonna say this, like what Miss Grayson said, who do you blame? You know, yeah, and I said it before. It's not a blaming game. It's just people out here who need help. They need to be aware of what's going on. They need to pay attention. I had a conversation with my daughter, and she said it was the worst thing that they did was to sit us down for 2 years for this COVID-19 because people got to know themselves. Things have changed. You've seen people maneuver from, you just put people, seclude them in one area for a long period of time. They go into their minds. Either it's going to be for you or it's going to be against you. It's going to hurt you. That means you start thinking negative things. You don't get it. And then you got the ones that got businesses going out of it. And, so it was a change. It's a change going on, a shift. And the shift is not just because people are happy and go lucky. The shift is some people are not seeing things that they don't like and they disliking, and they just going on and taking it upon themselves and hurting others.
Yeah.
Just doing other things
Yeah.
other than, I'm just.
I listening to some of the people and some of the comments and things that's been made about this shooting and other shootings and violence that's been taking place across America since the beginning of the year. We've had close to 200 mass shootings since January 1 of 2023. We just made it to May. And something that people that seems to be a growing consensus across the country is that the government does not care. The police officers don't care. The hospitals don't care. A one that keeps coming up and coming up and coming up is Wellstar. Keep watching the news, people, because Wellstar getting ready to go through some things. They're saying how, all the major medical facilities in the urban communities are being removed, and Wellstar is one of the driving forces behind it. And they say they don't care. They said, we can't even get medical attention when we need it now. So it's like they're moving out and allowing us to just go at war with each other and destroy each other. And this is something that they did back in the 60s now. This is something that they did back in the 60s and the 70s. They felt that if we fought long and hard enough, if we did this, if we did that, if we killed each other, we would die off. Marvina always says this, more will be revealed. There is more to Wellstar just shutting the door.
There's more to all of this
Yeah.
stuff. It's more to it. It's more to everything. And and if you look at it with rose-colored glasses, you ain't gonna catch it. You got to see. You got to open up your eyes
You got to
to
open up your
see
eyes.
what's going on out
Yeah.
here and realize that if first of all we need a lot of praying going on. We need some more
Yes.
revivals up in here. But the second thing is, you know, um, it's not easy to be a part of the United States of America. And I feel like this, and I mean, I'm not saying I don't like where I'm living. I love my country, but you got to be dumb to think you're free. You're
Everything comes with a
you're
cost.
you're,
Everything has
you
a price.
it's a price to live here. It's a price and sometimes a lot of people just give their souls over to the devil because they feel that this is the best way to live it out. I'm just going not, they not gonna give me what I want. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take it, even if I have to take lives.
By any means necessary.
Any means
Look at
necessary.
them people. What was that in New Jersey? Was it New Jersey? I forget what happened up there about a month ago, and they were in there. I said, "Lord, I said I didn't even hear on the news. Did they? What happened? They were in there. They done ramshacked the Target and the Walmart and
They're doing
snatched
all kinds
everything
of
up out
stuff
of there.
out here.
Yeah,
Well, let's
just
go ahead.
chaos.
We gonna go ahead and we got a hey. What what's in the bag review.
On a lighter note,
On a night note, that girl crazy. We are
yeah,
excited about what had happened to us on last week. We got a chance
yeah,
to go
yeah,
to the amphitheater over in Villa Rica for a free concert.
yes,
And let me
yes,
say this. I want to bring this. I didn't want to leave on a sour note. I told Yvonne yesterday when we was talking, you know, we hear news and that's all we've been hearing. We always hearing something bad. Something bad's happening. Something bad. And
yeah,
I said, we're going to have to learn we're going to change up. We're going to have to flip this. We're going to start talking about some good stuff. Let y'all
yeah,
know what's out here. That's good.
yeah.
That's fun. Well, Villa Rica, and I don't know how far you are from Villa Rica. Now these same
West Georgia, baby.
West Georgia, baby, these same concerts they having in Atlanta, they have them in Villa Rica in the park, and they are free.
free,
They are
free,
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 free.
free. I'm just saying, if you want to drive an hour or so to Atlanta, I mean to Villa Rica, they have a lot going on every week.
It's
We even
worth it.
got,
Look, you
yeah,
go sit in traffic in Atlanta for an hour or longer.
yeah. I mean, we was even network. We had so much fun. We met some beautiful
What?
people that came in. They actually joined. We had a Deborah and what was
Yolanda,
Yolanda. We was, oh my
yeah,
God, it was
a
absolutely wonderful.
singer.
Singer
What the singer's name is it Debbie D or
Debbie, was it Debbie D?
I
Well,
can't, I
she's
can't
going to be
I,
on. She's
yeah.
coming on our show,
She's
so
gonna be on the show, so
that's going to be a
forgive me
wonderful thing.
if I said the incorrect name, but it was a
Yes, it was.
beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful event. Beautiful
And
event.
who was that right there, Vaughn? Who was his name? Kid, what?
Ken Ford, baby.
Man, if y'all know
Woo.
Kid Boy, he got this violin, baby, and he be playing that thing.
Get down.
He came to our church anniversary, I think, a couple of times.
A couple of times.
And
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you something right now, baby. If y'all want to look, check it out. They all you gotta do is
Right
go on
down,
Villa Rica
right down the
website, the
house. Yeah,
amphitheater, and they will tell you what's going on. Y'all go ahead on and enjoy yourself. Find
yeah,
something to do this summer. Do
yeah,
some stuff. You got children, they got all kinds of things going out this summer, and I'm
yeah.
going to be part of it. We got
Yes.
upcoming good things get ready to come up in here. So y'all look out for what's in the bag, baby. Because what's in the bag is doing this thing.
And let me tell you, and there's nothing wrong with free. I
Yeah.
heard people say, free not gonna be good. Please. When I tell you we had a ball, we had a ball. You
Yeah.
could bring your own coolers, you could bring
Yes.
your own food, your lawn chairs and everything. And let me tell you about free. Ken Ford tickets go about 250 to $250 and up per seat,
Yep.
baby. And we had him for an hour and a half for free.
Free. Sat out there. I went in the backyard and got the fold out chairs that you clean off back. People was like, where you get that from my backyard?
Yes, honey. We done went and got us some coolers with
Yeah.
the little bag coolers that were better than the other coolers. What?
Yeah, baby.
Had the little
But they have
wagon.
food. They have food you
Yep.
could buy, but we decided to get us a foot long Subway sandwich, some
Fruit.
fruit, and
We
we
had
gonna
people
sit there.
turning around and commenting on what we had.
Yes.
We had it
They're like,
together.
what you got over there? They were commenting, baby, but it was so much fun. I had a
It
ball.
was.
I'm looking forward to more. They
Yeah.
got a movie on the lawn. I think that's what
Yep. They
another
have a
one
movie on
coming
the
up.
lawn that's coming
And
up.
let me tell you something, y'all. It's
Yeah.
free to sit down and enjoy with a whole lot of people that you don't know. And
Yeah.
you find that and one thing I loved about it, it was diverse, different
What?
nationalities.
Oh my
It wasn't
gosh.
just us, it wasn't just
Yeah.
African American, it was just different cultures. Everybody was
Yeah.
sitting there, we
Oh
patting
my
our
God.
feet and enjoying ourselves together.
And
And
yeah.
I love
And
that.
I kept looking around. I kept looking around. I know people said this woman is just staring, but it did. I'm gonna tell you something. I had a smile on my face, and my friend told me, she said, "Vaughn, you look so happy
Yes.
seeing the kids out there playing with one another. It didn't matter about
It
race,
didn't
color,
matter.
creed.
It didn't
There were
matter.
Asians there. There were whites there. There were blacks there. There were Hispanics there. Everybody was just mixed in,
Yeah.
dancing, loving,
Like
enjoying,
a
talking to one
family.
another, and just having fun.
I mean, I remember.
Having
I'm
fun.
not trying to be funny, but the air was crisp. It wasn't. You didn't feel like, oh my
Yeah.
God, this person don't like me or they don't want me to stand. We were
Exactly.
helping each other and enjoying each other, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what family is. And I don't
Yes,
care. I ain't know
yes,
none of the people around me personally, but they were family.
yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, and I ran a check, after that, because now mind you, Marvina and I have lived in West Georgia for years. I'm
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
well over 10 years. We
Yeah.
never even knew that this was going on.
Yeah.
So we done missed a lot of free concerts. But I checked. Douglasville, city of Douglasville, they have some free concerts coming up. They have some free festivals like the Taste of Douglas County, things
Yeah.
of that nature. Villa Rica is doing the same thing. Carrollton, where I live, they have free movies, free concerts, and everything
Yeah.
going on. Great movies. I said, ooh, I'm gonna be with these people down here, Wakanda forever, baby. They put it up there for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
be
let
right
me
there,
say this: this
right
is
there
not
with
for
them.
just Georgia. If you out of state, you
Yes.
you out of state, and you know there's some things going on, and you want us to let everybody know, let it.
Yeah,
I will put it up here
we'll,
because this
we'll
is
run it.
not just for Georgia. If I only can speak from where I'm living. Now,
Yeah,
if you in New York, you in New Jersey, you in New Mexico, I don't know
California,
where you look
New
at,
Mexico, wherever you
California,
at.
and you got things that's going on this summer, and you want us to let them know, we will place it on here. I would anyway. So, because I feel like
Man,
this is not just for us, this is for everyone. And
let's
it
start a
might,
movement
what
called the Feel Good Summer. The
the
What's in the
feel
Bag
good summer.
Feel
What's in the
Good
bag?
Summer.
Feel good, Shama. Come on now.
So
Somebody,
share with
come
people.
on.
Check with your local. Check with your mayor's office.
Right.
They're more than happy to tell you about upcoming events.
Yeah.
Your local chamber of commerce, they will tell you.
Yeah.
The city planning committee will
Yeah.
tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go to those places, find out. Find out. It's
Yeah.
so much stuff. Well, people be saying, "Oh, I couldn't do anything during the summer with my kids because I didn't have the money." There is so much stuff. They literally have things planned out every single Saturday and Sunday. And then guess what? These same communities and committees have events planned out every day of the week. There is always something to do that is free.
It's free.
That is free.
They get
Get
to
us there and
write these
enjoy,
things
live
off.
life.
Yeah, it's not just a plus for us. It's a plus for them too. They gotta. There's always a reason why they do these free comp. They have enough money sometimes to just give to the
Yeah,
community and use it. You pay your
it's part of
taxes,
their budget.
whatever that's the budget or whatever you live in that city or whatever. It's just realize it's for you. Enjoy yourselves and
Yeah.
let other people know. Pack it out with your family. There was one family that came. It was like
Yeah.
26 of them. One. It was a whole
What? We said family reunion.
over there. I was like, man, that's cool. But see, they was ready and prepared.
Yes.
Oh, free. Oh, let's get this
They
one.
were
Let's get that.
about the whole
Whole
family.
children,
Yes.
older people, elderlies, and everyone was helping. It wasn't oh my God, I loved it.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell y'all right now, and I'm asking you if you are part of Facebook or Instagram, YouTube, whatever, and you find that what we're doing here is helping you and it may help
Mm-hmm.
others. Let others know. Share the news. Share what's going on. We're out here giving awareness, and we'll even if they're in another state and you think that we need to know, tell them to hit us up and let us know. We'll talk about your state. We'll bring you
Mm-hmm.
on if you want. But it also
Yes.
we're looking for people to join us on our Facebook page. What's in the bag? It's growing slowly but surely. People are really coming on and enjoying what we're doing and content we're putting on. We're getting a little stricter now. We're asking everyone to comment and
Yeah.
share, but only what's in your bag. We want to hear what's in your bag, not other people's
Yeah.
bags. We're
No advertisements for other
advertising.
people and things of that
Yeah,
nature. No. We know
unless
you.
you're approved and it's in your bag. If you got some stuff on out there and it's in your bag, then we're
Right.
open to putting in what's in the bag. But if you're trying to open up somebody else's bag, we're not
You
allowing
can't
us
speak for
to
somebody
speak
else's
for
bag.
somebody else. No, they'll say that in court. And
Yeah.
you say she said such and such. You can't speak for them. You can't
That's
tell.
hearsay.
That's there. How you gonna tell them what that's their bag? So that's where we're at.
That's
We're
right.
talking about your bag. That's what we want. And share it. Share it. Sometimes the things that's going on. Also, YouTube. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. We're looking for some subscribers. Share, comment, notification.
So
So
we're going to start going, at least I know that I am. I'm going to start going through the list that the people that are members of What's in the Bag on Facebook. I'm gonna you'll see a little ping pop up in your messenger, and it's going to be a link to What's in the Bag 21
amen.
on YouTube. When you get that link, and I'm going to put in there, as a member of What's in the Bag on Facebook, please join us and become a member of What's in the Bag 21 on YouTube. And to make it easy, I'm going to put that link in there, and it's going to click on it. Bam! You just go over there, register, sign up, and turn on your notifications, like, share, and subscribe. That's it. Just that simple. So you guys will start to see some things pop up from me in a what is it, DM? I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah, direct message.
In your oh, girl, that's what that mean. I didn't even know.
You know that?
Look, I learned. Look, you're supposed to learn something new every day. So I've learned.
You know that?
My
We
kids
also
probably
on
gonna come
Twitch.
back and be like, "Really?" But I
DM,
didn't. I'm
direct
being
message
honest.
me. Twitch also, if you're a gamer, a lot of the gamers, it looks like What's in the Bag 21. It's not my thing, but we're trying to get all platforms. We're looking to get on. We're coming soon on TikTok. We're believing that we're going to go live on TikTok, also on Instagram, because they all give you have to have certain qualifications to be able to do these things on YouTube, but that's
And a
okay.
certain number of followers.
Yeah, on Instagram. So we're coming, we're growing, we're looking for more followers so we can continue to grow. Of course, if you want some funnies, go to TikTok at Marvina Clay. You'll see a lot of my reels on there, but on TikTok, of course, I don't put everything because it's a sensitive. Some of these things are too sensitive to some people's ears. When it comes to Facebook. Don't laugh. It's a so we rather not, some things I pick and choose. But if you join me on TikTok and you see me like I'm acting, I'm having fun.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
take it
Let
so
me,
personal.
yeah. I'm laughing because let me give a public service announcement. Laughter is good for the soul. I'm gonna tell you something. There are times when I may be in a meeting, I may be stressed out, I may just not be feeling well, and then all of a sudden I get that notification. Look, and here comes my BFF coming across the screen with something that she has done with the TikTok video that has me in stitches, and it changes all that negative energy. It turns it
Help.
into something positive, and it doesn't seem as bad.
It
So
helps.
that's what we're trying to do. It's
Yes,
Funny
ma'am.
Fridays, and you may start to on Funny Fridays. It's not going to be everybody else's TikTok. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it
You
100. It's
want
going
me
to
to
be
just do all
Marvina
my
Clay's
TikTok.
TikToks on our page on Fridays. Funny Fridays. We're going to go ahead and put her out there. Show her comedy and her laughter. Her heart is pure. Her heart is good.
I have fun. I
And
love
there's
that.
nothing bad about and I understand what she's saying, but these are just jokes, people. Just
Yeah, we
just
just having
jokes and
fun.
just having fun. That's
Just
all.
having fun.
That's all.
We just want to thank y'all for being a part of another segment of Early Morning
Yes.
Coffee with Vina. Marvina,
Yes.
where we give a voice to the voiceless and
Yes.
we let you say what's
Whatever.
on your mind.
Yes.
Hey, thank y'all so much again for being part of our segment. We love you. We appreciate you. God bless you. I hope you have a
Yes.
wonderful rest of your weekend and also a blessed week next week until we meet again.
Yes.
God be with
And as
you.
look, as always, people, it's a beautiful weekend. It's a beautiful weekend. Get out there and just live life and enjoy life. And as always, stay blessed, be a blessing, and have a blessed day.
Hallelujah. Amen. Thank y'all so much.